Good morning, Tim.
No, it's not there yet. It's setting it up. Good morning. I want to
Good
welcome
morning,
you to
Tim.
the first morning hot mix with the Asphalt Nation. I have Chip Stewart as our co-host. We're going to be hosting this together. A lot of you know Chip. He's been in the industry forever. My name's Tim Smith, and Chip, let's talk about what we want to do. What is our vision?
So our vision is to provide a platform for some of the newer guys, smaller guys, and even guys that have been in this for a while to come in, share experiences, help each other, provide insights, provide some coaching and some digital things. I know for myself, I need a lot of help with digital, but our goal is just to really help people in this industry skip some of the painful steps that we've been through and also improve the industry and improve the look of the industry from the outside world. There's a lot of professional people in this, and there's a lot of not so professional people in this, and we're trying to kind of marry those things and get people going in the right direction with some help. And the main thing is to help people get started on the right foot.
Exactly. So my background, I've had over 24 years experience in business development and marketing with a Fortune 100 company. I was blessed over the years with that. That's helped me a lot with my business and helping other people in the industry is to bring that to the forefront to help them grow. And I wanted to get into this industry to learn the industry so I can be very knowledgeable at helping people as well. I mean, as many of you know, I subcontract probably 90% of my work out, and I've gotten good at subcontracting. So that's another thing that we want to do with the Asphalt Nation is be able to bring some of that subcontracting at a national level with seal coating, line striping, and crack repair, and just regular asphalt repair, and some concrete work as well. Chip, tell them about your background a little bit for the ones that don't know.
Yeah. So we've been in this business about 27 years. Started out with another guy, ended up buying out his company through some mistakes that happened with another guy. It's a long story for a different forum than this. But so we ended up kind of doing this by mistake. The first time I got behind a striping machine, man, I fell in love with it. It was the neatest thing ever. We made the biggest impact for in a relatively short amount of time and realized right away there was a decent profit margin here. And so we've been doing this about 27 years, started line striping and seal coating. Like I said, pretty much by accident, got a crash course in it, did a lot of things right, did a lot of things wrong, learned along the way. Since we've gotten into thermoplastic line application, epoxy coatings, concrete and asphalt repair. We do a little bit of paving, and we do court resurfacing. So we've had our hands in just about every single thing in this industry that you can put your hands in. We've developed some good processes along the way. We really lean on our manufacturer specifications to complete projects because those guys, they put the products together. They really know what they're talking about. And we've got some good partnerships with suppliers. And so we've just been doing this for a long time. And we just recently brought all of my children in. Blake has been in the field with us for a long time. Heather and Mary have just come in recently as project coordinator and as office administration. So we've put some things into place that took me a long, long time to do, and wish I'd done some of this a long time ago.
Yeah, these processes all take time. Let's talk about the vision of the Asphalt Nation. I know in my eyes, I truly enjoy helping people. Like I said, we've been blessed over the years with work, with just our finances as well, and it's good to give back and help people learn and learn from mistakes we made, not just in this industry, but just in business and life in general. I know we recently had the event, the Florida invasion, the spring one, and we had 15 business owners there. And the feedback we got from them was phenomenal. I think the best one that the feedback we had was from Tony, the regional vice president of NIRA, was there as a speaker. And I did a small interview with him. And in that interview, he said that with what we did that weekend, we've bridged that gap of a few years for them, teaching them things that would have taken them a couple of years to learn. So that made me feel really good because it shows that we are showing that we're having an impact in this industry. And I think helping some of the newer guys, and some guys have been in the business for a while that are stagnant. I
Yeah.
think that's going to put a big impact. And I know you and I both talked before, we want to change the stigma of the industry. There's
Hmm.
nothing wrong with blue collar workers at all. I mean, even with my family, my son works in a steel mill and he does very well. So blue collar is, in my eyes, the future. I mean, without blue
Yes.
collar workers, this country's not going to keep continuing.
We come to a grinding halt without the blue collar guys, without the guys out there pushing the line stripers and throwing the asphalt in the pothole. Um, I know when you get back to our spring event, we also had, you're talking about a veteran in the business. We had one of our participants who learned a little hack for striping, and he said it sped him right along. And we also had some other veterans that came around to rub shoulders, and it was just amazing to see them interact with some of the newer guys. It was, there was also cross learning, what we were teaching, but also what they were learning from each other. And that's a big part of this group, helping each other. We have jobs. I run into jobs all over the Southeast, and I can't get to everything. And that kind of part of the reason we're doing the subcontracting side is we have a lot of opportunity out here to help each other along the way, to have good contractors that we know we can depend on and trust. And the mentoring and the sharing of information and the helping each other along the way. When you're having a bad day, it's great to have somebody to call up and say, hey man, what do you think about this problem? So that's where we are with it.
Yeah. The and touching on the subcontracting, we recently put out a little over 1,500 projects out to bid, which was, just starting out for us is huge.
Mhm.
So they were just restripes, but let's face it, restripes, you can make some money as well.
Oh yeah.
But being able to put that out, and we were able to get that out within a few days to contractors we have a list of that nationwide. So if you guys want on that list, just reach out to us. You can send us emails, you can DM us, put it in comments, wherever you need to put it, just to get in touch with us. The So let's touch on the power of mentorship. Um, so with me being in the industry, in the asphalt industry a short time, but I've been in the marketing side for pretty much my entire life. You and I have pretty much mentored each other. I mean, you call
Yeah.
me, I mean, I've been on job sites calling you, hey Chip, I need some help with this, and you're right there. So having you as a mentor has helped me dramatically, and just having somebody out there you can reach. I mean, I have guys, I get probably 20 to 30 calls a day from people asking questions, and sometimes it's the application, but a lot of times for me, it's the systems. It's what
Mhm.
CRM should I be using? Can you help me with your website? Can you do this? And it's so having a mentor is huge, which I'm sure you get tons of calls as well from guys on the application side. And why is my lines not straight? Why is my lines wavy and things like that?
Right. Yeah, we talk about all that every day with somebody new. And it goes the same way back and forth between you and I. Of course, I'm a little bit older, so technology is a little bit different for me. So, we've been talking about all the things we're talking about right now. So having the two sides
Mhm.
is, two heads are better than one for sure. So I think we have the bases covered where we can help each other and then help others at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. Uh, Another little venture we started doing is we started manufacturing equipment.
Mhm.
So we have a right now it's a skid unit. We do from 200 gallon up to 700. That's the standard. It's called the Pro Coat.
Mhm.
It is you can get it with hand agitation. Anything over the 200, I recommend 300 and up, getting the hydraulic. Um, it Full sweep agitation. It's all mounted on one skid unit. All the units, whether it's the 200 all the way up to the custom stuff we do, which we can do customs. We were involved with a custom build that was 1,000 gallons, and that was on a truck unit. It was on a International 6400, I believe. They sent it to the fabricator. He mounted everything on the truck for him. He had an 8-foot spray bar on there. So we have the capabilities of doing all that. We use all American made steel.
And that's important.
Oh yeah, it's a lot thicker. It holds up better. It's not going to rust. Every unit comes in with a 30-gallon compressor, electric start, gas compressor. And then every unit also has the 2-inch Wilden pump.
Right.
And the nice thing with these units are, say you get a 300 and next year you think, man, I really should upgrade to a 700. You can call us up. We can ship you a tank. Just put on hook a few hoses, put the new plumbing on. You can use that, or the existing plumbing, you can put that right on and use that. That's going to save you some money versus having to buy a whole new setup. It's just the way we build our system. And we got a great fabricator that does it for us. And yeah, it's a great unit. It comes. One thing we did with ours is we put a 150-foot hose reel on with a 100-foot hose because it's such a pain when you're sitting there winding that thing up, trying
Yeah.
to get a 100-foot hose on a 100-foot hose reel. It just
Yeah.
gets jammed up.
Yeah. That's one of those little tweaks that makes a big difference in the hydraulic agitation for a
Mhm.
larger machine. Heck yeah. It's a 30-gallon electric start, uh, really heavy duty built well machine with our little tweaks on it. And then, you were talking about the 2-inch pump. And when you're dealing with raw material, the bigger pump makes that so much easier than trying to transfer material through there's a lot of different means that are less than desirable. I mean, when we started, we had 55-gallon drums and we transferred into our tank with 5-gallon buckets. It wasn't
Mhm.
that. So we learned early on that the better equipment to start with sure helps your process along the way. And 4 or 5 jobs in with the wrong stuff, you're going to say, "Man, I wish I got the good stuff." Well, now you can afford it though, so that's good. But yeah, it's a really, really nice build, well made and compact. It's something you'll be proud to have on your trailer or the back of your truck.
Yeah, and like I said, right now we're just doing skid units. But just to give you an idea, for our 500 gallon unit, full hydraulic sweep, the 2-inch pump, 100-foot hose, spray wand, complete, ready to go. We're selling that for 14.9, and which is a great price. It's made by one person. It's not made in a factory. It's one person that's dedicated to making that unit, and they come out really nice. We just had a guy, he's taking delivery, I think next week, of a 200 gallon. So I'm anxious for him to get that and go out so he can start making money and then upgrade to his next one. The So back on the nationwide subcontracting, I know that's been a vision of mine for a few years. One of the reasons I got in this industry is to do that eventually, and partnering with you on that has really helped. And I see that going a lot of places and helping a lot of people out. I mean, just think if when you were starting out, Chip, if you had that ability for somebody that's doing nationwide subcontracting for seal coating, and you get a call or an email and say, hey, can you do a Lowe's parking lot? Can you do a Tractor Supply? Can you do, I mean, somebody starting out, that's huge.
Yeah. Well, it's a whole lot easier to say yes than no. And a lot of times that no closes that door for a while. So when you can say yes and be confident that you have a group of contractors behind you that can get the job done, that are vetted, that are checked for their credentials, you know you're sending in somebody who's insured and has the proper qualifications to do the job. Heck yeah, man, I'd say yes to anything. Um, it's better to go along with someone who knows sometimes and maybe give up a little bit of the initial job just to know with confidence that the project's going to get done and that puts you in a great standing with your client.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The I mean, we got a lot of big things coming up in the future. I'm excited for it. And it's nice to be able to build this community and
Yeah,
have everybody's help with this, because
yeah,
let's face it, we need everybody's help just as much as they need ours. And it's great. We got some great guests coming up in future podcasts. I'm excited. We're not going to mention any of the names.
yeah.
We'll keep them surprised. Um, we would love for you guys to like and share this video and send it out to everybody.
Hmm.
Um, and just help us grow this community, because it's going to help you grow as well.
Yeah, that's for sure. Um, and I'd say a big thing is put on your questions, put on your struggles, and gain the knowledge and the experience that we've already put into this.
Mhm.
Let's lean on each other. One of the things that I was so impressed with during and even after our event, the engagement that everyone has had with each other, and they're literally helping each other along the way. And it's pretty amazing to see people that might have had a mindset of being competitors actually being mentors and lighthouses for each other. It's pretty incredible to watch on our feeds and on our chat rooms, watch the people just helping each other. It's amazing. And we started the event, and a couple of people came in that ended up really being a big part of it as just help, as they were a participant as well.
Mhm.
And I think everybody gains energy from each other, and that was a really good thing about it. And we want to expand that through this community.
Yeah, it was amazing. So talking to some of the people that were at our event, I mean, they're still in connection with each other. They're still helping each other.
Yeah,
Uh, One of the guys called me a couple weeks ago, and he had the opportunity to bid on a 102,000 square foot project. And but he was unsure how to price it. So I went through with the pricing stuff with him, helped him, and he landed that job.
yeah,
And I'm actually going to go help him with that job. He's about 2 hours from me, so I'm going to go help him with the project. And then yeah, so I mean, the power of this community is growing, and it's going to just help everybody involved. I do want to touch one of the special guests that I'm going to have in a few weeks is because it made me think of when you said about competitors.
hmm,
Um, the guy that does all my work locally for me, that I subcontract to, everything but my line striping, he's going to be one of our guests. And he was a competitor. He's 10 minutes away from me. I mean, he's probably the largest seal coater in the area. And so he's like my biggest competitor. We became friends, and now he does all my seal coating for me. And we just worked a great partnership out with that. So I'm going to get Jack on in a couple weeks, and do a little thing with him. I mean, he's been in the industry a long time. He has great employees that he's had for quite a few years. So, which employee retention is hard at times, which that's going to be some of our segments too in the future. I think to go over, employee issues as far as keeping employees, how to get employees. And I think these segments are going to help everybody. Also, in future ones, we'll talk about systems, what CRMs we've tried out and which ones we think are better, proposal platforms, and so forth. I think it's our way of trying to get everybody's questions answered and helping them with that learning curve, so they're not spending years trying to find that, and then also not breaking the bank trying
Right.
to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting started is the hardest part of it. And getting those people on there that have gone through the processes and kind of learned, that'll help a lot to save the guys out here that heartache of starting. And it's not easy, but it's not impossible either. And one of the biggest things is just put one foot in front of the other and get started. And we're definitely here to help you with that. And as we're going through this and talking about the people coming on, we're also putting together more programs. So we are going to have more training very soon. And we're just right now, we're like everybody else, where everybody's kicking off the season. And so we're a little bit busier than usual, but we'll figure out a way to make sure that everybody gets what they're looking for out of the community.
Exactly. And one thing I do want to touch on, you'll never hear us, Chip and I, or anybody in our group say that this industry is easy and it's recession proof or any of that, because let's face it, at the end of the day, if you want something, you got to work for it. It's not easy. I mean, there's days we put in 12, 14-hour days, sometimes longer. And it's if you want something, it's not going to come easy, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it and the whole world would be rich. And
Well, yeah, for sure. And it isn't easy, but the rewards are there if you're willing to put in the work and you're willing to do the things that you have to do. And there's sacrifice, there's things you're not going to want to do, but in order to grow your company, you have to make a few sacrifices once in a while. I'm not saying you'll have to do it the whole time. At some point, you'll be able to begin to walk away from it. You can't get too far away. You have to keep your eyes open. You have to watch what's happening. But yeah, it'll be
exactly
very helpful to newcomers.
Yes. All right. Well, I think we touched everything we wanted to touch today. We'll be back again next Wednesday at same time, same place, and look forward to it. I know Chip wanted to touch on one thing before we go.
Yeah. So we wanted to kick off on a positive note. So we didn't want to share this in the beginning, but I'm sure it's on a lot of minds. The Baltimore Bridge accident took some lives, and they were asphalt workers. Mary and I were talking about this morning. We have a big contractor, and if they called us to be out on that bridge, it could have been us. So I would like to extend a moment of silence for the families of the asphalt workers and all the people that this tragic event has impacted, and just want to send love and blessings their way. It'll be a hard time for people for a minute, and just want to put that out there.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. All right, guys. I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see you again next week. Same place, same time. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, check out our YouTube channel, and have a blessed day. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Look forward to seeing you.
You as well. Thanks, Chip.
Thank you, Tim.